In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through what is called a vinyasa flow from yoga. In the 12 days of Christmas, by the time it gets to the 5th day in the countdown is where the song slows down a little bit for the 5 golden rings, and I figured we can reflect that in our movement today since we've been working hard the last 4 days. Time to take some time to honor our body and have an active rest day. Vinyasa flow is supposed to move quickly, so just do the best you can. Follow along with my instructions and on the screen as well too. Just listen to my voice. And if you need to stop and take a rest, you can do so in child's pose or just sit and wait to jump back in again. Really use your breath to inhale and gather energy. Exhale, move into the next pose. And here we go. So starting at the top of our mat, we're going to inhale, bring our arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them back down to the sides. As you do your inhale, try and stretch back, open the heart center, just opening your chest. And then exhale, gathering energy, warming up the body. Inhale one more time, stretch back. Exhale, diving forward from the chest into a hamstring stretch. Hug the back of the legs for extra stretch, and then step the feet back into a plank position. Lowering down nice and slow, really using the triceps for strength. Exhale, push up, upward dog. Stretch out the low back. Exhale, downward dog, trying to press the chest towards the toes, hike the hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, right foot floats up. Exhale, pulling it through. Readjust as you need to. Just make sure that the knee is right over the ankle. Really stretching our hip flexors, opening the hip. On the exhale, we're going to twist towards the right side, gazing up past the fingertips. And then bringing the hand back down again. Gently walk your hands up your leg. This is called crescent pose. Arms come up overhead, and we're going to drop the hips down as much as you can into a lunge. This is very challenging on the balance, so do the best you can. Make sure that the back heel stays pointing up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the feet back down again. And then into chaturanga, which is where we're lowering down from the triceps again. Upward dog, inhale, opening the chest, hook the toes to the floor. Exhale, downward dog. Even deeper this time. Float the left foot up, bring it through. Left side can be a little harder, so readjust as you need to, and open the hips. Exhale, twist towards the left side this time. Feeling the whole torso open up, that spinal twist, opening up the body. Once again, walking the hands up the leg. Exhale, bring the arms up overhead, crescent pose. The right heel is focusing up towards the ceiling, so we're on the ball of that back foot. Stretching deep, stretching long in all directions. Bring the hands down, bring the left foot back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Gathering all that energy, lifting the heart up. Exhale, toes to the floor. Hike the hips up, downward dog. Good. Either hop or step the feet back up. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead, stretch the heart center open. Exhale, we're going to sit down in what's called chair pose. So really hinge the hips back. For extra challenge, see if you can keep your ears and arms in line with each other. It's harder than it looks. Good, and we're going to repeat that again. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to dive forward. Hug the knees. Hug the legs, see if you can get even deeper this time. Exhale, press up to a flat back position using your shins to support the upper body. Exhale, hug the legs again. Hands down to the floor. Either step or jump the feet back to plank position. Chaturanga, lowering down. Nice and slow, don't flop to the floor. Exhale, up, dog. Big deep breath in, and exhale, downward dog. Take a right leg up again, float the heel, bring it through, readjust as you need to. Sink the hips open, twist towards the right side, gazing up and past the fingertips. And then bring the right hand down again. Walk the body up. Arms come up overhead, crescent pose. And then we're going to spiral out to warrior two. So this is where our our left heel gets to come back to under the floor again, stretching long through the fingertips, sinking down into that front leg. Spiral back into reverse warrior. So your left hand should just be resting in the leg as you gaze up and past the fingertips overhead. This is called Warrior 3. As you can see, it's a little bit challenging on the balance. See if you can push up into it. Take your time though. There are 3 different arm placements you can have. For the greatest challenge, you can have your arms up overhead like I do, or you could go out to the side like an airplane, or you can rest your hands on your leg. Bring back both feet back in together. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, pressing up on the legs. Exhale, hugging the legs once again. Big hamstring stretch, stepping back into our plank position, chaturanga. Lower down, exhale. Squeeze those triceps and press up, getting those shoulders down and away from the ears for upward dog. And then exhale into downward dog. Chest towards the toes, lengthen through the back of the leg. And we're going to float our left foot up, bring it through into your lunge position, readjust as you need to. Open the hips. Exhale, we're going to twist out to the left side, looking up past the left hand. And then back down again. Walking it up into crescent pose. We're going to go through that warrior sequence again. So we're going to crescent pose. We stretch long between front and back leg, and then up to the fingertips. Spiral that right leg to the floor. We're going to go into Warrior 2. Feel all the energy out through the fingertips, down through the legs, really bending that left foot. Spiral back. Reverse Warrior. Open that left side, creating space through the ribs. All the way up through the arm. And breathe. Here's the fun part. We're going to go into Warrior 3. Try and get up over that left leg. Center your balance. Create a flat back position. Now again, if you can bring the arms overhead, that's the most challenging, or you can bring your hands to your legs for a little more help. There's the other modification, arms out to the side like an airplane. So choose your challenge and then bring it back down again. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to sit back, chair pose. Again, trying to see if you can keep your ears and arms in line with each other. It's much more of a challenge than it seems. Sitting the hips back, exhale, arms in prayer position. Namaste. And now we get to go into some static stretching. So each one of these are going to be held for 30 seconds each. This video is going to be for demonstration purposes only, so I'm going to be going a little bit quicker through it. So it's just so you can see what each one looks like. This first one is the crossover stretch. I'm going to take my right leg up and into the chest. Exhale, bringing it out to the side nice and straight while gazing over to the right side. Same thing for the left, hugging the left knee up and into the chest. Exhale, crossing it over. I'm looking over to my left hand now. Straighten the leg whenever you're ready. And breathe. Just like in the yoga, we want to be really using the breath on all of our stretches as well too. Every time you exhale, think of trying to either relax in the stretch where you already are, or see if you can go further with it. This next one is one of my absolute favorites. This is the figure 4 stretch. The right ankle is going to go on top of the left knee, and then I'm going to take my right arm through the middle of the legs, and I'm going to try and hug either the underside of my thigh, or for a greater stretch, I'm going to try and hug the shin, pulling the legs into the chest to get that nice deep stretch. This is a nice stretch for the outside of your hip. Piriformis is the name of the muscle that it really targets. And it's one of those areas you don't necessarily realize how tight you get there until you do the stretch. And that's why I really like to do this one, especially after any sort of tough leg exercises, a lot of squats and lunges, and leg and hip work. It's a really, really great one to do, or if you're sitting for long periods of time. This one here is the butterfly stretch. The bottoms of the feet are going to come in together. This is a really great groin and inner thigh stretch. And then you can use your forearms, your elbows to gently press the knees down out to the side. And with all these stretches, just going only as far as you can. So if you want greater challenge, you can do what I'm doing here and trying to reach out as I pull my body forward. Good. Taking it out a little bit further, we're going to go into the straddle stretch. So you're going to take your legs out to the side. And again, going however far you can with it. This tends to be a much more challenging exercise for most people. And to get a little bit deeper into it, I'm going to be stretching my sides by reaching my left arm up and over my head as I stretch down my right side, trying to still keep the left side of my body on the floor. You'll see there, you won't see any light underneath my legs as I do this exercise. As I stretch to the left, I'm consciously trying to pull my right side down to the floor, creating space through my ribs as I reach. It's a really, really great addition to the straddle stretch. Or you can just sit up nice and tall like that and hold the stretch there. It just depends on whatever level you can get to. Next, we're going to go back up to standing, and you're going to find a ledge on a wall, or you can find a doorway. Your arm's going to go to a 90-degree position, so your elbow will be right in line with your shoulder. And then you're going to take a step forward, and what will happen is as the body moves forward, it's going to open up the pecs, which are muscles in your chest, and creates a really, really nice deep stretch from the chest, down through the armpit, down through the arm, the biceps, and really opening things up. And there you have it. There is our static stretches, our 5th day of Christmas. Drink lots of water and have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you back tomorrow for the 6th day of Christmas.